Sup nerds, and welcome to the Dragon Age 2 Berserker Reaver Warrior Guide featuring me, The Wired. I'd like to thank everyone for watching already. I hope you guys find this helpful. Okay, first and foremost, we're going to talk about the attributes of the two-handed warrior and what is the most important and what to specialize in, of course. Also, I'm going to note that we will also be doing a sword and shield version of this build later on in the same video. I will post a time for which you should skip to it if you are more interested in that build than the two-handed version I am doing now. First and foremost, we're going to start off our stats from level 1. However, I want to note pretty much that these all should be done after level 5. These stats are pretty much being put toward you already using a Maker's Psi potion, which respecs your character. So please, when you're following this guide, make sure you have just used a Maker's Psi potion. Otherwise, your stats will be incorrect. Okay, first up at level 2, we're going to buff strength 3 points to 16. That gives us 16 strength. But if you have used a Maker's Psi potion, you get an extra bonus of 2 points, taken from 2 useless stats to the warrior. If I remember correctly, it is dexterity and cunning. And I use those extra 2 points to buff Constitution to 14. At level 3, I like to burst up strength again to 19. And at level 4, I like to buff Constitution to 17. At level 5, I like to put 1 more point in strength to give us a nice round number of 20 and take those extra 2 points and put them into Constitution. At level 6, I buff willpower completely to 14, and at level 7, I give it plus 2 strength to 22, and I actually buff willpower 1 more point to 15 to put us at 125. At level 28, or not 28, at level 8, I like to buff strength 1 more to 23 and finish off Constitution. This lets us wear our full set armor at this point, so you should have maybe 1 or 2 pieces of the Fallen, and now you can equip them. At level 9, I like to go full strength again to 26, and at level 10, I go full strength again to strength 29. At level 11, I like to buff 1 point into strength so we can use the Oathbreaker, and 2 points into Constitution, working on the amount of Constitution that is required for the Act 2 set pieces. At level 12, I buff Strength completely to 33, and at level 14, or I skipped a level. At level 13, I like to buff Strength to 36, and at level 14, I like to add 2 Constitution and 1 Strength to 37. At level 15, 3 more Strength for 40. At level 16, 3 Constitution for 28. And at 17, 3 more Constitution for 31. This lets us wear our endgame armor completely and covers all equipment requirements. At level 18, we continue to buff strength up to 43. And at level 19, we go back down to willpower, and we put all 3 points into willpower. And at level 20, we add 2 more points to willpower to 20, and our last point to strength. This gives us endgame level 20 stats with no books or anything like that. 44 strength, 10 dex, 10 magic, 10 cunning, 20 willpower, and 31 constitution. Now, these are optimal endgame stats that are not tampered with. This is for the Berserker Reaver. If you do get bonus points, which I'm sure you will, there is up to 21 bonus points to be received in the game. I would put all 21 bonus points directly into strength. That's what I do. I put all my extra points that I get into strength. You might be asking, why don't I have 21 bonus points? Well, that's a great question. The reason I don't have 21 bonus points is because I don't have a save of Dragon Age Origins that had the Avernus character spared, or whatever the hell happens. So if you have that, you will get an extra 2 points more than I will. So you will have 65 endgame strength without equipment on. And I will only have 63, which it really doesn't matter at that point. You'll be doing some crazy-ass damage. So that is the endgame attributes for the Berserker Reaver. Now let's get to the meat and potatoes of the build. Please ignore this. This is a glitch with the Maker's Side Potion. I have retained these abilities, but do not take any abilities in the shield, weapon and shield tree if you are the Berserker Reaver. I also got Mighty Blow for free. Obviously, I have not spent any of my points. In fact, I'm going to drink another Maker's Side Potion real quick and see if I can get rid of those. For better continuity, make it easier. Like I said, this is a glitch with the potions. You might get extra abilities and things. However, we're going to be doing this guide as if you did not. Skip the attributes, and here we go. Okay, very good. First, let's talk about what we want to do with our character. The Berserker Reaver is a master of speed and damage, throttling attack speed, and pretty much just doing sustained DPS. It's not a burst damage class. It's not like the Templar build that's doing bursty damage, high numbers. This is not going to be doing as high of numbers, but it will be attacking way faster and have less downtime. It is a slow starter, so keep that in mind when you are playing. You will feel a little bit weak toward the beginning, but it does blossom into something beautiful at the end. If you don't believe me, watch my Warrior playthrough and tell me you don't want that kind of a powerful character. Alright, first up we're gonna play as if we had respect at Maker's Side Potion at level 5. The first abilities you want to invest in is Mighty Blow, and also Giant's Reach. You want to save your last level 3, you should be around level 3 right now. If you use the Maker's Side Potion, you'll have a few more stat points to go, of course. Might would be my best bet, and you should sustain this ability for most of the game, actually. It's pretty good. At level 4, we're going to get Control, and at level 5, we're going to get Scythe. My favorite warrior ability. I won't tell you why. It's quite good. It chains into other abilities. It's just great all around. Has knockdown ability, and it pretty much gets you through and makes you immune to some boss attacks, which is pretty cool, actually. At level 6, we get the Pinnacle Warrior ability, Cleave. Really, there's no warrior build that does damage that doesn't have Cleave. Cleave is by far the best ability in the game. Hands down. At level 7, we're going to get our first specialization point. As you can see, I have 3 specialization points for some reason, but you shouldn't have 3. You should only have 2. So I can effectively get all these specializations, but I'm not. You should effectively have 2 specialization points. First, get the Reaver specialization. It's the best bang for just the specialization buck. Next up, get the Destroyer ability from the right here. And also the Sunder ability, because at this point, at level 7, you should have enough money to buy the first tome of Physical Technique. Either buy it from the Black Emporium or from Hubert's Fine Goods. Use that extra point to get Sunder early at level 7. Actually, you know what? Berserk. I don't know why I got that mixed up. I'm thinking of the other build. Let's just start over. Alright, we're going to start from scratch again. This, same deal. First skill we're getting is Mighty Blow, and Giant's Reach. Okay, game, just let me go down when I say down. Next up, Might. This puts us at level 4. Level 5, we get Scythe. Level 6, we get... Or at level 5, you can get Control. Cleave. Alright, this makes us level 6, I believe. So we got Cleave at level 6. We're back to level 7 now. Level 7, like I said, you should have the Tome of Physical Technique. Get Sunder. and Destroyer, and invest in the first point of Specialization in the Berserker abilities. Next up, level 8, we're going to spend our point and get Berserk. And at level 9, we're going to get Barrage, one of the best abilities for Berserkers. At level 10, we're going to get Claymore. Straight up one of the best abilities still. Buffs your other ability. Basically gives you a 100% damage boost with a 5-second cooldown. Just great. At this point, you should have enough money to buy your next Tome of Physical Technique, either from Hubert or Black Emporium. Whichever one you bought from first obviously wouldn't have it, so you gotta go to the other one. Get Adrenaline. You're not gonna actually use this ability, you just needed to unlock these, as you can see. Alright, at level 11, we're gonna get Endless Berserk. And at level 12, we're gonna get Unrelenting Barrage, which increases duration plus 10 seconds. At level 13, we're gonna get Savage Berserk. And at level 14, we're gonna get the Reaver Specialization and Blood Frenzy. Now, from here on out, you pretty much have the basis for what you need to do crazy amounts of damage extremely fast. However, you are going to need some more stuff, I guess, to make it a little bit easier on you. You should have, at level 15, get Death Blow. And you should be able to buy the last Tome of Physical Technique in Act 2 to be able to get Massacre. At level 16, you can go down, and get Devour. And at level 17, we're going to get Sacrificial Frenzy. At level 18, we're going to get Aura of Pain. And if you get the Elixir of Heroism, you can get Fervor right away, but we're going to wait. So at level 19, you get Fervor. And at level 20... you get Bolster. This build's pretty much finished. The only skills later on you would get, if you got to level 20 or 21 and 22, which you probably will if you're doing everything, just get the last few things in the rally tree. Last Wind with Last Push and Deep Breath. That's pretty much it. I know I have a bunch of ability points left, but that's because it's a glitch. I'm not going to use those. Those are not legal points. Those wouldn't even be in my inventory. So that's pretty much it. We'll go over it one more time. The trees should look like this. Nothing in Templar. That should look like that. That should look like that. This should look like this. This should look like that. And so forth. That should look like that. So, I thank you guys for watching. This is the Two-Handed Warrior attributes and abilities. Next up is the Sword and Shield Warrior attributes and abilities. And I know I said it would be in this video, but I'm actually going to do a separate video for that. But it pretty much is the exact friggin' same, only you get some sword and shield abilities instead. It's more defensive based, but does good damage too. So I thank you guys for watching, and please rate, comment, subscribe if you like my videos. And remember, I love robots, and if you love robots too, you definitely want to subscribe to my channel.